Ooh, we're live. We are live.
All right.
Welcome everybody. Good evening. Good evening. We're gonna go. Vania, make sure you go live on Instagram.
Yeah, it's taking a minute. Okay, I am live on Instagram. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hi, everyone.
All right, we are live. Good evening, everybody. My name is Tracy Vertus. I am a real estate consultant with EXP Realty, and I have with me my lovely co-host.
My name is Vania Bourdeau with Dominion Realty Group. I'm also a real estate agent in Broward County, Palm Beach, and Miami-Dade. Tonight, we have a big guest with us. Hi, Mr. Lewis. Can
Hi,
you
everybody.
listen at us?
So,
Hi, my name is Louis Cancinatus. I'm a realtor with Canvas Realty, and I'm also a founder of my own inspection company, which is LS Property and Home Inspection LLC.
Wow.
awesome. So, guys, we have a home inspector tonight. We have realtors. We are going to talk all about home inspection, what to expect, right? When you are purchasing a property, why it's important for you to do an inspection, okay? And we're gonna touch on appraisal. I feel like the appraisal aspect is one that realtors don't really talk about on social media, that people don't usually understand. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. But we're excited. If you guys are watching us on Instagram, make sure you guys share the live, tag someone that is looking to buy their first home. If you're watching us on Facebook, also make sure that you share the live. And always remember that you guys can ask us questions, drop them under the comment section. Vania, I don't know if you want to handle the Instagram
I'm
questions.
doing the Instagram and then
Okay,
um,
I'll look at the Facebook comments. So you guys can ask question. If you have questions for the weekends, be sure to drop them in here and I will monitor them both. So before we get started, like I always like to do with our guests, if you can just give us an introduction about who you are, not just what you do professionally, but I like to know the person that I'm speaking with. Like, what's your favorite food? Like, we can talk about whatever you want. Just tell us a little bit more.
Well, of course, I'm Haitian 110%,
oh,
born and raised in Haiti, pretty much, but I moved here when I was like 17 years old. I'm a married man with four children. I got
Wow.
three girls and one boy, and my son actually is in the military, and also
Thank you
my
for
wife.
your service, son. Thank you.
Huh?
is it
I said thank you for his service.
It's, you're welcome. You're
is it
welcome.
buying a house?
Um, Pretty soon, pretty soon.
Okay. All right.
That's awesome. So, which part of Haiti are you from?
As you can see, originally I'm from the northwest part of Haiti, which is
Okay.
Port-de-Paix. Hey,
Port-au-Prince.
Port-de-Paix, go my guy,
All right.
always.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Love it. So, tell us a little bit about what got you into the world of real estate.
Well, as a young kid, when I was in Haiti, normally we didn't have that luxury to be a realtor. But what I used to do as a kid, I always have a lot of pets. What I do with the pets, I groom them, and once they have like when they produce, I will sell them. And at a very young age, I felt like I was going to be an entrepreneur. When I moved to the US, and I went to school, but my passion was real estate. I have a degree in criminal justice, but my passion is real estate.
Very nice. Very
Sorry.
nice.
And so you got into real estate, and then how long have you had your home inspection company, and how did you get that started?
Yes, as a realtor, and I had to deal with a customer. It's a funny story, but I have to tell everybody. I had to deal with a customer, but when I was started, I didn't know anything about inspection, and I had a guy that was doing an inspection for me, and there was just little minor details that I didn't know how to explain it to my client, and then the deal fall apart. And to
Mm,
me, I mean, like you will heard everybody says that, oh, the inspector killed my deal. There's no such thing, It's just that the way you word the problem or whatever it is, the issue you found with your customer. That's how I was able to go back and reflect on that. I'm like, you know what? It's something that I wanted to do myself and see was I wrong or right when I was saying that the guy killed my deal. I will never use that word again because there's no such thing about an inspector killing your deal. It's just that the wording, and then you need to know as a realtor how to explain the inspection report to your client, because it could be something simple in the way you word it for your client. It could be a major detail for them if you don't take the time to explain the process so they know. To me, I think we need to educate our customers better so that way they get the handle of what we do as an inspector, as a realtor also, because they don't understand that aspect of it, what we do. If they do understand the process of the real estate inspection thing, they will appreciate everybody, the realtor and the inspector as well.
Mm.
Yes, definitely.
Thank
I
you for
agree.
that. No, and you're spot on that. And I can tell you, a lot of new realtors that are watching this, we this is something that you definitely, I feel like there that should be a class in itself, right?
Yes,
How to
please.
comprehend and how to interpret the inspection report to your client, right?
Correct, correct.
So that's a little bit of what we're gonna do today. So to get started, um, let's start with the very basic, Vanya. I think I'm a home buyer. This is my first time buying a house. I found my dream home, beautiful four bedroom property with two bathrooms. It
For
has
two
everything.
hundred thousand dollars.
Yep, 200,000. 200.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I'm like, Vanya,
Right?
where are you? Where? Not in South
Florida or Texas.
Yeah, somewhere in Texas, yes.
maybe Texas.
Yeah,
So
maybe.
I got my property, my realtor, amazing realtor submitted my offer. Now I'm under contract and I have 5 days to do my inspection. What does that look like when me as the first time home buyer, the day of the home inspection? Well, before we get to the day of the home inspection, what are the different types of inspections? And then also what's included? Because we know there's basic inspection and then there are other things that you can add. So talk to us about the different types of
Okay.
inspection.
Well, for first time home buyer, when if you buying a property, the main inspection you do is the full inspection. That include the wind mitigation, the footprint, and the actual inspection. So you technically get three report at once. Okay, so the wind mitigation, the footprint inspection, those two are for insurance purposes. But the actual inspection is the details as far as foundation, electrical, AC, and roof. Those are the four major part of the inspection. Some of the things are very, we call that, cosmetic. They're not a big deal. But when it comes to roofing, foundation, AC, if they have a pool, all these things, we take a look of it. But to be fair, when you do buy, if you are a first time home buyer, the best thing for you to do is to get a full inspection. Not only that, you got termite inspection, which is a biggie. You got mold, that's the second big one. Because sometimes people don't pay attention to those. When you get a full report with me, you get a mold inspection and the termite. Those two are killer.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm,
especially in
I'm taking
Florida.
notes. I'm taking
It's,
notes so that when people ask questions, we can go
yeah.
back. But you said if you're a first time home buyer, make sure you get a full.
Full inspection. Yes.
Si vous avez acheté première fois, make sure fait sûr que nous payons pour une full inspection. Uh, I love to remind people inspection really give you an idea of the condition of the house you buy.
Yes.
You're not required or it's not recommended. Those 100 not recommended. It's not required. So you're not obligated to do an inspection, but it is recommended. If I work with a buyer, I tell them you need like make sure you do an inspection because that's the only way you know the condition of the house. And I love when people ask me what you think is a good house. I'm a realtor, not an inspector.
Let me tell you something. I can piggyback from what you're saying, but I tell you what, it depends on the client. Okay? Because let me segue back from English and Creole if it's okay.
Mhm.
Because I
Oh,
want
that's fine.
my Creole listener to understand the process. OK, so ava chan kay première fois, OK, li important, extrêmement important pour gon inspection. Parce que inspection a cassé vous a lot of headache. Bon exemple, même pour moun kap 20 kay par exemple, si moun a 20 kay, but m'a pral nan detail que the first time home buyer. Ou gen arrive ou e kay la remen. Ou gen a remen kay la, that's okay, that's no problem. But souman dem, Mpaka vini pou mdou yes achetel ou bien non pa achetel. That's
Mm.
not my job. My job is to observe and report what I found. Now, one major problem that I'm seeing with my first time buyers, they don't want to be there when the inspector do the inspection, which is a big mistake. When I have a client, if as a realtor, when I have a client, I always tell them, you need to come with me to the inspection.
Exactly.
So that way, whatever the inspector find, we can discuss it on the spot. So you
Mm.
don't waste your time and you don't waste, anybody's time because technically you buying a property. The realtor is not the one that's gonna decide whether you buy or not. It's you. You have to know what's going on in there. That's why for a realtor, your best friend should be an inspector. Vice versa. For an inspector, my best friend are realtors.
That's right. So I just want to pause really quickly for those of you guys that are just joining the live. We're having a conversation with Weekend Senatus. He is a realtor and he also owns a home inspection company. And we're talking about things that you all should be aware of. The first thing he said, you have to get a home inspection. You cannot skip the home inspection. Okay? If we happen to go back into a crazy competitive market again, I don't care what happens. You
It's
need to get
coming.
inspection. It is
It's
coming.
coming.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Do not waive your inspection, guys, because you and I hear sometimes people don't want to pay for inspection. I never had a client because that's one thing from my buyer consultation. I tell them I make sure they understand the importance of doing it. But I heard before people don't want to get an inspection because of the price. Imagine you don't want to pay whatever the inspection fee to know what you're getting into, and then you buy a house and then you end up with a headache, just like Louis can just said. So an inspection, a home inspection, it doesn't matter if you're a first time home buyer, second time home buyer, even for sellers, sometimes they listen to the house. I recommend an inspection,
Correct.
home inspection.
because sometimes you may think like, oh, you know everything that's going on with your home, but if you've been living in it for a long time, and quite honestly, you may not know what to look for. So I always advise the same to sellers too.
Yeah. And
But
I also said hire a licensed inspector.
Yes,
Your,
I was gonna get to
your
that part.
grandpa, your
Yeah,
grandpa, your cousin who bought a house 20 years
they're
ago or
not an
even
inspector.
5 years ago, they're not
Mhm.
licensed, they're not trained, they don't know. It's true they can, they can look and say all what they think, like anybody can bring their own opinion, but they're not licensed. Hire a licensed inspector.
Let me
keyword licensed.
license. Let me also say something about what you're just saying. As far as living on a property, you know that you should have an inspection every 5 years. Do you know that?
Come on, come on, come on. Say that one more time.
You should have an inspection every 5 years if you own a property.
So if you own a home right now,
Yeah.
every 5 years you should be getting an inspection.
Correct. And one other quick tip I'm gonna give you guys, that's a bonus. Um, an inspection also, not a full inspection, a wind mitigation or a 4 point inspection. I mean, a wind mitigation and a 4 point inspection. You should do that every 2 years if you have a chance to do so, because the insurance company, what they look for any little thing to charge you. But sometimes people don't understand that it could be something simple, like the S strap that's underneath of the sink. If you change that to a flex, you can get credit for that from the homeowner insurance.
All right, we're gonna take it slow because I know the people watching here, they're like, what's 4 point, what's wind mitigation, what's all
I'm
of that?
gonna break all that down for you.
Right, okay, so we're gonna break it down. But I just wanna go back. So far we said you have to get an inspection. You
Correct.
need to be there on the day of inspection. I just want to pause on that because I think people need to understand that. If you're buying a home, guys, it's very important. This is a big investment. So if you have to take time off of work the day of inspection, you should do that because that is important for you to be there to see what's going on. So I like that you mentioned that. And then we
Yes.
said for those of you guys that are homeowners, you said that they should have a home inspection every 5 years. So now let's talk about Vania mentioned pricing. So can you give them an idea of how much it costs to get an inspection?
Okay. For a full-time inspection, for a full inspection, let's say, for example, if you want a wind mitigation, a 4 point in the actual inspection, It depends on the square footage of the house. The price vary. But I have to tell you, I have a realtor that send customer my way and tell the customer exactly how much they should be paying, which is wrong. You
Mm,
don't make the price for the home inspector. Let me give you a prime example. I do my wind mitigation, okay? A basic home, 2 bathroom, three bedrooms, right? 175. Okay.
mhm,
Now for each extra bedroom or bathroom, it's $75 more. So let's say the customer has like a 2 bedrooms in like 1,500 square footage. And I told the customer, okay, you pay me if you want a combo, you pay me 260 for the combo, the wind mitigation and the four prints. That's for basic inspection, meaning not the basic, but that's the base. 1,500 square foot, no problem. 2 bedrooms, three
mm,
bath, that's fine. You understand? But if I'm going to a 4 bedroom, 3 bathroom, I can't do it for 260. It will take me much time and is a wider square footage. You understand? So the prices vary. But the basic, what I tell people, my wind mitigation is 150. No, 175. My four print is 150. So if you're getting both, you get it for 260. You get a brick, just like that. But
okay,
for 1,500 square foot or less.
got you.
If you go over 1,500 square feet, I have to charge you an extra $75 or $50 more on the square footage.
But what I wanted to highlight here, we're talking about anywhere from 75 to what, about $600 for inspection.
Okay, let me break it to you. If you're doing a full inspection, if you're doing a full inspection, let's say 150, 1,500 square feet, right? Full inspection. Okay, it's $450 just for the inspection.
Okay, that's what I wanted you to say.
Now,
Now,
the
think about,
mhm.
sorry. Mhm.
Go ahead. No,
No,
go
I
ahead.
was gonna say just helping them to understand that
The
that
450.
450 can save you so much more down the
Yes,
line. So for
Yeah.
people that don't want to have an inspection, are you really is that does that really make sense? You see what I'm saying? Because
it
that
does. It
450
does.
helps you to really kind of see like what's going on with the property.
I was
Yeah.
going to touch base on that because technically, what they don't get 400, 600, $700 versus 300,000, $400,000. Which one you pick?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if I have to spend $400 to save me a hassle of buying something that I'm going to stuck with it for 30 years for $400,000, I would have paid $700 right then and there. And I know I'm not going to put myself into that situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly.
And also, we all can testify to this. We can use an inspection report to negotiate more credit
Correct.
from the
Correct.
seller. So
Correct.
when you don't do it, we can go and say, oh, we think this is not working well
No.
or whatever. Or when you don't, and again, I'm going back to the term license inspector. When you bring somebody who's not, who just who's not licensed, who
Say
cannot
it.
gonna
You
give
don't
you
have to worry. Say it. Just say it.
I'm fine for a report, so I can use what your friend or your brother said to go, negotiate more credit, more money for you from the seller. So let's do the thing right. And one more thing I wanna add, while Luis can say sometimes realtors send customer his way and already set the price
Yes.
for him.
They flat out
People
tell the customer $350, $450. You don't do that.
People, we professionals. Let's stay on our lane. I'm
Correct.
just gonna say that. I
Correct.
talk to my buyers about inspection. Like Tracy just said, there's a range. There's a range. And then it's a business. You guys gotta understand. It's a business that not every business prices are set like that's the
It's
same
gonna be
thing.
the
You go to Walmart, the same products you buy at Walmart, you go to
Publix is different.
Publix, or it's different. It's the same product, same brand, but you're gonna pay for different price for it, maybe for the service or whatever it is. But let's we're not inspector. We can set prices. We can say this is what they're gonna charge. And
so
just like lenders can tell people what the realtor is supposed to get paid, or
Correct.
realtor shouldn't tell, oh, that's what the lender. That's up the buyer need to shop and then find what's best for them, you know. So I just want to put this out there.
so
So
thank you guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for highlighting that. So one, I saw there's a question in the Instagram. Someone said we need to know all of the credits. We're gonna go into that because you started talking about the different credits that they can get in terms of like the
Okay.
insurance.
Hmm.
So, but before we get to that, so I want to talk about the different types of inspection. So when someone is getting a home inspection, we know that you mentioned termite. What are some of the other ones
You
that
got
they can?
termite, you got sewer scope, you got mold. Those are the basics, not the basics. Those are the main one. But you have other one. You have a spa. If you have a spa, you have a pool inspection. If you have a pool, and also
Mold, right? Mold
I give you
inspection.
mold already. I give you mold and termites. Those are the how can I say that? Those are the very most important one. Those two, because not because you saw a stain doesn't mean that it's mold.
Mm,
It might not be mold because you have to mold test it in order for you to know exactly it's mold.
gotcha. The mold one is a big one down here, so I want to talk a
Mhm.
little bit about that. So I'm a first-time home buyer. I do a mold inspection test. I do find that there's mold. Like, what do you usually, for those clients? What are some of their next steps?
Okay, there's two things you can do. Number one, you can either treat the mold. Number two, you can ask the seller to treat the mold before you purchase,
Okay.
or you
All
can
right.
pay yourself to treat it.
Just like termite, right?
Yeah, just like termites.
Termite. Yep. All right.
And
That's very good,
termite
guys.
is a big one, and
In South Florida.
it's South Florida, you know.
Believe it or not, if you have termite, you're not gonna be able to find a loan.
Yeah, and then it's a requirement for VA loan. You know that, like that
But
you
with
have
VA,
to.
okay, with VA, that's a killer right there.
Yeah,
If you find termite, that's it. You're done.
yeah,
Done.
Yeah.
yeah.
So for
So
the people that are for the people that are not in the real estate industry, so with different type of mortgage products, there are certain inspections that are required. So if you are someone that's getting the VA loan, right, which is popular for our veterans, those
Mhm.
that are in the military, that loan product requires you to actually have a termite
Termite
inspection.
inspection, correct.
Mhm. And
And
if they
they won't give you a loan for any reason if they find any termites
They will
whatsoever.
not. They will not. Exactly.
yeah,
So, the reason why I asked that question is because I want people to understand. Earlier, you said something about like the inspector killed my deal. When
Yes.
you when you get an inspection report and you see those items come up as a first time home buyer, obviously you're gonna have your guard up, like, oh my God, the house has all these problems. But I want you guys to understand that there is an opportunity for you to actually make this work, right?
Yes.
When we
Correct.
talk about for mold and termite, you can ask the seller to actually treat it. Okay, so it's not a lost case just because you find mold, just because you find termite. I just wanted to highlight that point so people can understand. Um,
I have a question before we go
go ahead,
forward.
go ahead.
Somebody say, what's the difference between the two? I think they talking about the wind mitigation and the
Okay.
foam. No.
Okay. The
Yes.
wind mitigation is technically what they looked at because we live in Florida. That's everything. There's you know it's the structure of the property, the window, the entrance, the roof. That's what it's for. Okay. There's certain guidelines that need to be in place for you to for the insurance company to say, okay, well, I'm going to insure you, because that's what the insurance company used to give you insurance is the wind mitigation and the footprint. That's the two major one they use. They could be careless about the inside, really, some of the stuff, but those two they pretty big on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the way I think about it, when I hear the word mitigation, I think like reducing risk and so on. So
Yeah.
like
For
mitigation.
them, yes, you technically mitigate the danger for them because remember that when the insurance company insured you, they want you to pay, but they don't want to pay you.
That's right. That's right. Which we can talk about insurance all day long, but that's another conversation for us.
Yeah.
Um, but I do okay. So now, all right. So we are walking through. We scheduled our inspection. Is the day of inspection. Inspector comes in. You're there as well as the first time home buyer, walking you through everything. Can you walk me through the different parts that you guys are inspecting from
Okay,
like?
all right. I gave it to you, but if you want me to give you a detail on how I do the inspection, or you
Yeah,
just
just to walk them. So basically, like the different parts of the home, so that
yeah.
way we can go into the
The main thing that we looked at, main thing, electrical,
electrical. Mm-hmm.
electrical, When I mean electrical, the AC comes on in place too. Okay, the roof, the foundation, and plumbing.
Plumbing. Mm-hmm.
Those are the four major part of the inspection. But there's other details like as far as the windows, the door, the ceiling, the trusses, and everything.
The cosmetics
The
one.
cosmetic is not well. We can go by with cosmetic, but the roof, the foundation, electrical, and plumbing. Those are the four major part of the inspection.
Perfect. And that's also when we look at the 4-point inspection that you talked about,
Yeah, when
right?
we look at the 4-point inspection, we looked at the AC, the water heater, the window entrance, and everything like that. Because let's say, for example, you go ahead and buy impact windows, right? You buy impact windows for every windows indoors, but you had one door that has no door. I mean, it's not an impact door. You're not gonna get the credit for it because one entry prevents you from getting the credit for the impact that you just paid money for, and you have to know that. So there should be no way. Like if you get impact windows and door, they have to be all throughout the house. They cannot be just okay. I put impact windows in. If I have like four windows, I only put three impact windows and one is not impact. You're not gonna get the full credit for impacts.
This is good.
It
I
has to be
can,
all four of them.
yeah. This is good because seller tell you, oh, this is what you call it. We can price it higher because I have one. This door or this window is a back window when they have 20 other doors that are not in fact.
But that one too. But
Yeah,
you gotta be mindful of that. Not because the owner says that is
it is
impact.
in fact.
Because
Yes.
there's marking, even on the glass. There's marking. You can't see it like that, but you have a flashlight. There's a way to carry the flashlight so you can see the marking. When I do my inspection, I do that and take a picture, and you can actually see the numbers.
So you mean to tell me only an inspector can see those numbers?
What do you mean?
I cannot bring my friend to like tell me if it's a pack window. I gotta be an inspector.
Okay, you can bring your friend, but what I'm looking at, that's not what he's gonna be looking at. If that's fair,
Very interesting. Yeah.
unless he knows, unless he knows. If he had the knowledge, that's different for it. Because once you know something, you know it. You know what I'm
When
saying?
you train for something, you train for something.
Of
That's
course, it's the same thing.
right.
Us as a wheelchair, we don't do nothing, but they don't walk our shoe. They don't know
Yeah.
what we do.
Question for you while we're talking about importance of getting an inspection. I'm buying a new construction. Do I need an inspection? Because the
Yes, indeed.
builders say everything is new.
It doesn't
Every
matter.
this is a new house. Why do I need an inspection and why?
Okay, you do need an inspection because the builder gonna do his own inspection. Okay, so if you want to go with the builder and trust the builder and say, well, the builder I have rapport with the builder, blah blah blah, that's okay. That's fine. You can do that too. But to me, what I advise my client, you do have to have your own inspection. It's not gonna kill you, but it can protect you. You'll be surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. Because in this case, the builder is the seller.
Yes,
The builder is the seller. They have their own inspector
correct.
hired by the builder, not by
Correct.
you to look for your own interests. So,
Yeah.
and guys, things go on all the time with new construction.
You know what you
We
just said? You know what you just said? Because people don't get that part. Why you think they make whoever buying a property paying for the inspection? Why you think so?
Because it's your own interest.
Thank you. Simple as that. That's just as simple as it gets. Simple
Yeah,
as that. Because
yeah,
how you think that someone that's selling you something gonna expect something to the fullest for you to sell it to you?
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Come on. Use
Exactly.
that common sense. Two times two is what? You already know.
Two times two.
By the way, weekends that Darren says hi.
Hi there, and my cousin.
He says
Uh,
hi. And okay, so I just want to make sure. Let's go back to the credits because someone had asked about can you tell them about all the different credits that they can get?
Okay, this is the thing. I'm not an insurance agent. I can tell you what you have that can give you credit, but I cannot tell you all the credit that you can get. If I sat here and say that, I'll be lying to you. because there's a lot of credit that the underwriter only can tell you. That's but what I can tell you, impact windows all around, you will get credit.
Mm.
Now, one basic things people don't pay attention to, if you have a hip roof. I wish I could show you on my PowerPoint, but we have some difficulty. That's why I can't show it to you. But I can demonstrate what I mean by a hip roof. A hip roof is a roof that go like that on all four sides. Okay,
Mm.
is a triangle. Is it like two triangle upside down? If that makes sense.
Oh.
It
We
looks like
will
that.
have to.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
We're
We're
gonna
gonna,
Google it. Yeah,
Is it
let's get
it's a
Google.
hip roof.
how you spell heat?
Hip,
HIP.
yeah, hip,
It's
hip.
hip roof.
Oh, like
Yes.
okay.
Yeah. And
Okay.
I wanna
Because
mention.
I see the photo, but don't all of them look like this?
Nope. You got different type. You got gable. You got mansard. You got hip. You got flat roof. They're
Hold
all
on.
different.
Let me share it with y'all in here and y'all tell me if it's the
Hmm.
same.
Yeah.
Slides. Some more.
And I wanna just mention that's why, guys, when you make sure you hire somebody who knows what they doing, who's gonna communicate with you. So all these things Kenny is talking about, if you're gonna, I hire before, not hire, and now we have to talk about this also. I have buyer who hire inspector before, and they can get them on the front, like they done with the inspection, and it went goes, make sure you understand when you get the report. If you have questions, somebody you can call, somebody who's understanding what they are doing. And another thing I've seen out there, like, it's a myth. Oh, I should actually, I'm not gonna,
Go
let
ahead.
me,
Go ahead. Just ask me. That's fine.
when you do an inspection, do
Hmm.
we hire you or the clients go and
You do
hire
not
us?
hire me. The client hire me.
The clients hire. So
Correct.
we had no benefit on,
No.
playing what, the
No.
clients hire the inspector to
Correct.
do the inspection. Sometimes we can give clients recommendation, just like we have, preferred lender, we have preferred this, preferred that.
Hmm.
We also have people who we already vetted, we already work with, and the
Correct.
process we know exactly how they're gonna serve our clients. We can recommend to you, because I have heard where, oh, this the inspector is working with the realtor, he's not gonna look out for me.
No.
No,
That's
you
not.
That's
hired, the inspector is working for you, for your and
Let
your
me
best
give you a piece of advice. Let me give you a piece of advice. By you saying that, okay, I want it to be clear for everybody. The realtor does not hire the inspector. Number one, the realtor is not the one that paying the inspector. And my advice to any realtor out there, whether you new or seasoned, do not ever get involved when it comes to the money process. Let the client pay the inspector directly. Do not take the money and say, I'm going to pay the inspector for you. Do not. Just let the client pay the inspector directly. That can save you. And I know exactly what I'm talking about. When I do my report, what I do, I make sure I will email the report to the realtor and to the client. I will talk to the realtor as 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 I talk to the client also, because number one, the realtor should be informed of the situation just like the client does. But the realtor does not hire me. The client does, because I have to look for the best interest of the client, not the realtor.
mm.
Am I clear?
Thank
Crystal
you.
clear on my end. So you
Thank
guys,
you.
I'm over here trying to create PowerPoint. So I don't know if this is the one, but I'm gonna
That's
bring it.
fine.
You tell me.
Okay, yes. This is the hip right there. It says it.
Yeah.
It's
Hip
a hip
roof.
roof.
So
Yes,
this is what you are referring to.
that's right.
So tell us again about the hip roof, so we can get credit, basically.
Yes, yes. If you have a hip roof, you will get credit. You will pay a low premium because of that. As opposed if you get a gable roof or a mustard or a flat roof. That's when the reason why is that the hip roof protect from the wind. When it's windy, that's why you say call wind mitigation. Is mitigate the wind. So, in other words, if you see that there's a tornado and the roof lift off, okay, in that case, the roof can lift off, but it has less chances of lift because the wind goes up and down. On a misted roof, the wind goes underneath of the roof and lift up the roof. If
Got
that
it.
makes sense. So that actually protect you against the wind.
Mm. There's a question. I just want to read it for you.
Mhm.
This question is from Gerlin. Thank you, Gerlin, for watching. He said, I once had an inspection done by an inspector, but he did not provide an estimate on the repair so I could negotiate. And he told me he did not have a license to give repair estimate. Is that true or not?
Okay, yes. Yes, it is. Because what people don't understand, as an inspector, people look at us as a money sign. They think we have red eyes. We can go behind the walls and see exactly what's going on in between the walls. Our job is not to go in between the walls. The inspection itself says what you can see. Okay. If
Mm,
it's something that I can see, I can report it. If I can't see it, I cannot report it. Let me give you a prime example. I will go back to your question, but that brings up something to mind. We live in Florida, right? If I were to go to do an inspection for you, okay, once I step foot in the house, I check the roof and everything is clear, crystal clear. Now I done my inspection, I gave you my report, and I leave, and I explain everything that I found or find. Okay, so now 30 minutes later, rain comes in, and there was a leak. I was not going to be able to see that leak because when I went in there, there was no rain. You see what I'm
mm,
saying? So now you can't fault me for that. This is the thing about the repair estimate. Technically, you can do it, but one thing I see people do when you do give them a repair estimate, they go and says to the whoever they're going back to, the inspector said you have to repair that. That will cost how much? This much money, which is wrong. A repair estimate meaning that that might cost you from zero to that much amount of money. So in my case, I will write you a report, repair report. I will do that, but I will let you sign my disclaimer telling you this is not a final repair estimate. Okay, it varies from whoever's gonna do that. Let me give you a prime example. If you have something light, simple, that may require a handyman, it will not cost you the same. If I'm saying on my report, you need to get a certified electrician. It's different from I said you need to get it checked out. That's two different things. It's two different terminology. If I said you need a certified electrician, you will have to have a certified electrician.
all right. Come on. This is a good one. I posted this on my page the other day.
Yeah,
It's almost like going to a doctor. You go to
correct.
a primary, and then your primary is going to say, okay, I see there are some concerns here with your
Mhm.
heart. You
Need
need
to
to
say
go to,
specialist.
okay.
Correct.
Yeah.
We didn't say go go see, your uncle or somebody that knows about heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Go to someone that is an expert. So it's the
Correct.
same methodology here.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing
Yes.
that.
It's not wrong for saying that because technically he's covering himself.
Yeah.
He didn't
Yeah.
do nothing wrong. Because I tell you what, if you go and says that, oh, Lewis Ken says that I can get it repaired for $200, you technically held me responsible because
Mm.
I said it to you. But in reality, if you were taking the time to read it as an estimate,
Yeah.
it's not
This
an actual price.
thank
And
you,
then
girl.
as the realtor also, we can tell people like you can just like Louis cannot tell you that's what it's gonna cost. We can tell people that's what's gonna cost. That's not, we don't do that. So
That's not
what
my
I
job.
would recommend, if there's any question, anything concerning that report, I tell my client call. If it's a roof or whatever it is, call that person, that professional, and ask for an estimate. Get a quote,
Correct.
from
Correct.
whoever gonna do the work. Get a quote, because they gonna come back and say the realtor said, the inspector said, this said, and the true view of it, we can put a price on it because we're not the one fixing it. And then even when you call a light, let's say it's the AC, you call a AC guy, you get a quote from this one, I'll reassure you, you're gonna get another quote from somebody else, and the price
Correct.
gonna be different because they each charge the labor fee. Maybe the piece you wanna buy is the same price, but they're gonna have different labor fee and stuff like that.
Okay, if I want to go back to girl in question, I can tell one of the things that I can tell them. In my case, I paid a company to do the report is the repair estimate for me. So if I were to give you a repair estimate, you have to pay me for that. It doesn't include an inspection because number one, I can only report what I see. It's not part of my job for me to tell you that's how much it's gonna cost. No, I can't give you an estimate if I wanted to, but I use my discretion to do so. You understand? But what I do in my case, in my with my company, I hire someone that can do it for you, but you
Mm.
have to pay for that. So that way, that doesn't fall on me. It
Thank you.
will eventually come out and
All
do it.
about liability. Thank
Yes.
you. And one thing you say like twice, and that's very important because today on a buyer consultation, I have this conversation. Buyer needs to know. I have this inspection take October sometime where the inspector, almost everyone the inspection saying room is not accessible. I can go in this one. I can inspect this. I can inspect that. When the inspector,
Do
um,
that one more time because I lost you there for a
they
second.
can access the rooms because there was, the one a room was locked because there were so many things in the room and nothing. So if the room is not accessible to the inspector, they can inspect it. If the house is furnished, they're not gonna push furniture everywhere like to inspect stuff for you guys. It's whatever they can get to. They're not gonna go behind the walls. We're not gonna move. Are we moving appliances? I haven't seen it. Move it, but we're not doing this. So it's basically it's what they can access, they can inspect it. What they can see, they can inspect it.
We can expect, yeah.
Yeah. And then like Tracy just mentioned, they're gonna give you they're gonna mention if you need to go hire a roofer or hire, a certified whoever for whatever reason it might be. No.
Yes. Of course, what you say make a lot of sense because people don't get that part. We can only inspect what we can access. Let's say if I'm trying to go on your roof, there's no access point to get to the roof. I can still do the inspection, but I'm gonna put on my report. The roof entrance was not accessible at that time. So you cannot fault me for that because I didn't inspect that.
Mm.
Because on the report, it's gonna be crystal clear that there was no access to to get to the roof.
Mm.
So it's up to you now. But you're still gonna have to pay me because I'm there. I'm there to do my job. I do my job. Okay. But that's one of the things. When you have the client present with you, is the biggest thing you can, the biggest favor you can do yourself.
Yeah.
Believe me.
And to that point, I just want to add, and this is more for realtors because I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I do this. May always make sure utilities are on, right?
Mhm.
You got to be able to inspect everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is where having a really good realtor comes in because
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna speak in Creole. Sorry, guys.
And that's fine. I mean, they need to know.
Everything. But this is where the diplomatic skills come in because as a realtor, if like that happened to me before, there was a tenant in the house, the tenant had stuff all over the place. I knew this would be a problem for inspection. I reach out to the agent ahead of time, make sure that we're able to access everywhere in the house, and they had to work with the tenant to be sure that we had access.
Yeah.
It's a teamwork thing. So this is
Yeah.
where the realtor really have to come in and be able to work behind the scene. That's what we do.
Yeah, educate your clients because I have inspection before where the utility there's no water, there's no uh electricity in the
I
house.
inspected houses with no lights,
Yeah,
no water.
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, but those are different animals. Okay,
One
because
is a cow, one is a pig.
yes, correct. You hit the nail on the head. Correct.
That's that's
That's
that's
correct.
that was good information right there. That's very important. So for the realtors, if you're new realtor, always make sure before the inspection, check in with the other person on the other side to make sure that utilities are on, and that you actually would have access to the property too. That's also
Yep,
important.
yep.
Yes.
Very good.
You know, if they have dogs and things like that, that might prevent the inspector from doing their job. We need to communicate those things.
Okay, this one you just touched, that's a biggie. People don't understand that a dog could be friendly to you. The dog doesn't know me.
Listen, I don't do
Hmm.
dogs. Dogs gotta.
Nga, mga chien ki cuida dom deja avec o client.
I
It's
don't.
true. It's
I
true.
don't
Tiene
know.
talaga good dish in there.
That reminded me. I don't know if my client is on here. Maybe they could share the story. But I
Yeah,
went to show them a property, and they had a dog, a big dog
yeah,
in the
a
house. I did
bulldog.
not go
Right?
inside. I did
I
not.
can. I don't know what happened. We
But my
was
disclaimer is right there in my disclaimer. I told them, if you have any pet, you have to disclose it. You have to let me know. Okay? Because not everybody okay with cat. I have a cat, but there's people that are allergic with cat. So, you can't, I mean,
that
that's a gray area. That's what I tell people. But I do ask questions.
we have aggressive cat too. So
Correct, correct,
I'm sorry, I'm not doing
correct,
that. No,
correct.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah.
Oh
And
my
then
god.
this is where when you hire somebody, make sure you hire somebody who's gonna help you get through the process and all. Because those things, it might not be like common sense to everybody, to a seller,
Exactly.
and you need to educate your. And for this part, it's mainly the seller or whoever occupy the property. You have to educate. We're gonna get to this point, and this is how you can get ready. And it's in your seller's best interest to, cause I don't know for you guys if my buyer pay for an inspection and then the inspector can get access to the property. My buyer is not paying for a second inspection.
No.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Or
this is
or
what
to
you
repeat
do.
what. No,
This
I mean I'm not saying they're not supposed to pay for an
No, no, no.
inspection.
I'm telling
Somebody,
you what to do
What
now.
do you?
I'm just
Go
telling you
ahead.
what to do. Okay, this is what you do. Before you even order the inspection, you make sure that you speak to the buyer. I mean the seller.
Yeah.
Okay, that's their responsibility to make sure that everything that
hmm?
I need to access gain access to.
That's part of the
Access.
contract. That's part of
Okay,
the
Yeah.
contract.
so if for any reason they don't want to do that, then you already know something fishy. All
Yeah.
right, so that should be a red flag. I'm just giving you tips because people they're sneaky,
Oh
believe it
yeah.
or not. So they will do stuff because if I can access it, I can't report it.
Mm.
Yep.
I can't
Yep.
lie on my report. I have to tell the truth.
If you need to paint before the inspector comes
Do
back
what you
in,
gotta do. Do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's none of my scope. That's none of my business.
you need to know why though. But
Woo!
Get
no.
it right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. So we have 6 minutes left, and I know we said we're gonna touch on appraisal really quickly. So very quickly, if you can just talk about what is an appraisal, and why it's important. Not all of us can touch on this, but we can, since you might be able to give us some insights.
Okay. It's different from an inspection. The appraisal is the value of the property. Okay. Because there's a lot of things. Because the one thing I always tell people, oh, I just changed my tile. My tile, each tile cost me $1 million. You're not doing anything to the
It's
house.
better than the neighbor's.
No, no, it's not. Now, if you redo the bathroom, if you redo the kitchen, that boosts up the value of the property. The
Mm.
value of the property cannot just raise because of a piece of fixture that you have in there. No. But if you have an addition, let's say, for example, you didn't have a pool, you built a pool, which is a big deal.
That's an amenity. Mm-hmm.
That, of course, yes. Let's say, for example, you have old windows, you change everything to impact windows. Of course, it's going to boost up the price because that will include in the price of the property. Now, I've seen people that has like nice shower head and stuff like that. Okay, but if you redo the whole shower, it's different. Then just go ahead and buy the shower head and everything and stuff like that. And if you like I said, if you let's say for example, there's a lot of other things that you can do as far as remodeling. You can remodel all you want, but certain remodeling that you do, they don't. You just do it for the pleasure of yourself. It's not raising the price of the property. But
Mm-hmm.
now let's say if I were to just even you, it might sound funny to you. The front door, you change the front door.
Mm.
You get a nice, looking front door. Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Well, and then, for example, let's say for example, you had a roof that was 20 years old. You replace a brand new roof, of course, it means something. They
Yeah,
look
Yeah,
at everything,
yeah.
that's
everything.
important.
Meaning not
That's
the
why, yeah. If
anything.
you if you're thinking about selling your house before you go around and start changing the shower head and all these things, talk to your realtor.
Correct.
Talk to a realtor who can tell you exactly what's gonna affect the value of your house.
Yeah, because
Property.
I've seen people just buy brand new fences. Okay, but what does it do to the property?
Mm.
Yeah. The
Does it add any
fence.
value into the property? No, I don't think so. You just have nice fence, so the neighbor, if they get noisy, they can't see you. But that's about it.
It's all about curb appeal.
So
That's
to
it.
that point, while we're having this conversation, because I know we have some realtors that are also watching on this live, where do we go to get the information on what's actually going to affect the value or trends and things like that? Like, do you have recommendations?
Yes, you can just literally go to the appraisal website.
Okay.
You can just go there and you can see. And one of the things that as far as appraisal goes, sometimes it could be the value of the house next to you.
Mm.
That take take a you might not think of that, but that's a biggie right there. That's why when you live in a community, that's why the HOA is so big on keeping your property clean, because if that person sell the house for $600,000, guess what? And he has less square footage than you do. Think about it. If he has less square footage, you have more square footage. You see what I'm saying? So if he sell for like 600,000, if I got like maybe 250,000, I mean 200 square feet more than that property, you already do the math.
Yeah.
So you will go by the actual value of the house that sold in the last 3 months.
Yeah. So guys, the if you finance a house, the lender gonna send out an appraiser, guys. That's different than the inspection.
Yes.
Even though you pay that appraisal upfront, just like the inspection, the appraisal, when you talk about inspection, you see condition of the property, and with appraisal is more about the value of the property.
Yes, let me say something. Let me say something to that. Okay, the inspection is for you to decide whether you want to buy the property or not. The appraisal is for the bank to see the money that you're asking me for a loan. Is it worth it for me to give it to you to buy that house? Does that house worth the money that you're asking for? You
Yeah.
understand? But in let me give you a piece of disclaimer too. Whether you pay for inspection or you pay for the appraisal, they're non-refundable. Whether you
Yeah.
buy the house or not, they're non-refundable. And you have to pay for inspection and you have to pay
To
for
pay
appraisal.
for appraisal. Yeah.
Yep. So when we talk about upfront costs that you guys need to consider, those are
It's
two
true.
things that you need to
Yes,
consider.
Yeah.
Okay.
yes, yes.
Perfect.
It's not the two
And
most
then
important.
And
yeah.
the two most
Not the two
important.
most important.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. And with for seller also, you an appraisal could be a good thing to do before you list your house. So
Mm-hmm.
you
correct,
know exactly the value of the house, not because I know the appraiser gonna come out and use comps around you or in the neighborhood or close
correct.
to you, but because your neighbor sold the house when with COVID for 300 something $1,000 doesn't mean now you have your new shower heads is gonna be more than that. So
Yes.
just be
From
mindful.
what you're saying, it is a give and take. It's a give and take. People will say, "Oh, the house next door says sell for like 400,000. Mine will sell for like 500." It doesn't work like
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Nope.
it doesn't work like that. There's a
You
lot
know
of
what?
variable that take effect for it to be match up. Let's say, let me give you a piece of example. If my house is 600 square footage, yours is 600 square footage, right? But I have 3 bedrooms and you have 2 bedrooms. You compare the variable. How many bedrooms? Okay, you got less bedroom than I do. Don't expect your house to sell the same price my with 3 bedrooms sells for. You understand? Unless you have some type of stuff what can make it go that way. Let's say, for example, I have 600 square footage, you have 600 square footage. I don't have a pool, you do have a pool. Yet
Mm-hmm.
that can change a lot. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it will cost more or less, but that can change the outcome of the price.
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
that
I'm a price. I have my price and certification, and I
Mhm.
remember when I was doing the course, the appraiser. the instructor was saying is you have to think if you have a buyer coming for your seller, a buyer come to your house. If they don't buy your house, what the other house that's similar to your house,
Correct.
are they gonna pay the same thing for it? So
Yes.
you cannot, because your house is in the same neighborhood and the house next door, because you guys in the same proximity or neighborhood is gonna appraise for the same money. What
Correct.
they have, do you have it? They have to be similar. And then for buyers also, you need to understand that, because your somebody bought a house in this neighborhood for years ago for that much, and then you think it's you're gonna get some deal like that today.
No.
And yeah, it doesn't happen, and that's why we have appraisal with
Correct.
they and then the appraisal report also can help you as a buyer, because if the report come back and the house is overpriced, guess what? The bank not gonna fund that house for you. So
Yes.
that's a
Yes, but you can also negotiate to get it, to the fair
negotiate.
value. Yeah. I always
Exactly.
negotiate that.
Yeah, definitely. So those are I said, everybody educate yourself. Educate yourself about the process. It could be intense if you're working with a good realtor, good lender, good everybody, inspector. The process could be doable.
This is what I tell people. I mean, when I speak to anybody that willing to buy a property or whatnot, you got to surround yourself with people that knows what they're doing. Okay. Sometime it's just for you to open up and be real and tell exactly what your intention are. Because I can tell you, me being a realtor, I've seen people that wanted to buy a property, but they said, "Oh, I wanted to buy a property," and I asked them a simple question: "Do you want to buy the property now or in 3 months, in 4 months?" "Oh no, I'm ready to buy it now." And I told them, "Okay, that's fine. Let me ask you a question: How much money you have saving to purchase that property?" They don't want to tell you.
Yeah.
I
Or
mean,
they tell you, I have no money. Or they
yes.
don't wanna
Or
get
they
a
come up, they come up with something.
yeah.
I'm gonna do
Or
the first
they
time home buyer.
yeah. Or they have their own process. They wanna do whatever
Correct.
it's a process. As much as we all here, all winters, we have our different ways to work to real estate, but some things are gonna be the same. Every buyer, no matter which realtor you use, you're gonna get, if you financing, you're gonna get an appraisal. If
Correct.
you're gonna need to get an inspector. You're gonna need to do so, but it's the way each realtors work with the
Whether
buyer.
you use me or you use somebody else, you're gonna need an inspector. Point
Period.
blank.
Here,
There's no if and but around it. You have to.
The only thing I would add for appraisal, it is required if you're financing, if you're buying cash, is
No,
not
that
required.
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. So you're just paying. Technically,
yeah,
you just go into Publix and buy something. The only
yeah,
Exactly.
reason that you do an appraisal is because you borrow money from someone. Simple.
yeah,
Exactly.
Other than that,
yeah.
you go and do
It's
whatever.
Bank la, moun yo kap kouye nan bank la pa ba ou kob si kay la pa vo kob la. Okay.
Correct.
exactly, man.
You have to, for pay pour ça. For pay, après zola, c'est ou même qui paye, inspection, c'est ou même qui paye dans poche. Et ça,
Yes.
c'est comme qui nous ka mette à risque. Parce que c'est si ou fait inspection, ou pas vle move forward, ou pas vle acheter kay la parce que ça ou joue dans inspection, ou yo pas pour refund, yo pas ba ou l'argent ça back, même j'ai avec après zola, ça pas entrer là-dedans. M'gen question souvent m'gen question de monde qui dit comme ça, oh, euh, comment faire c'est moi qui pour payer dans poche moi, est-ce que ça pas entrer dans l'argent en banque là va ba ou l'argent ça c'est au payer dans poche, OK, ça pas yon qui
Number
paye.
two, pou ki sa pou bank la taba ou l'argent ça pour un loan li pral ba ou.
Il pas même ba ou même qu'on fait nous péter quoi qui
Yeah. That making sense to it. They're in there to make money. You
That's
yeah,
pass
it.
you pass
That's
on mood. They're not your friend. They're in there to
yeah,
make money. The more
yeah,
money they can make, that's what it's gonna be. But
exactly.
one of the things you besoin connaître tout, ça nan m'a dit en créole puis yo connaît. Ou
oh,
besoin lo ap deal avec un realtor. M'a même parler pour tête mais m'a parler pour realtor. OK? M'gen plusieurs chapeaux. All right? M'pas selon realtor, m'pas selon home inspector, m'pas selon appraiser tout. Okay, I'm a public adjuster also. Okay, I know what I'm talking about, but I just don't want to go to details. One can bagay you business konen. um, toujours dit tout le monde ça. Do not. Parce que autant de assurance là, ou ka fait claim, pour courir à faire claim, sans ou pas connaître aspect, ça va venir après pour vous.
Okay.
Mm.
Qui me dit, citizen, si vous êtes citizen, vous faites un claim là, tout méthode dehors, point bas,
Mhm.
la méthode dehors. Il y a
En
un peu
pile
de
moun pa kon sa.
méthode dehors, le
Pa
bagage
gen pil assurance, pa gen pil kompani assurance Floride.
Yeah.
correct.
And ça affecte leur avant kay tout là tout, ça affecte l'autre
Oui.
barrière qui a venir parce
Parce
que
que
pile moun
le
pa
bagage,
kon.
le bagage qui est extrêmement important, tout.
Mhm.
Tant pis, nous en gaz.
Yes.
Utiliser haïtien pareil nous, tant pis. Qui
And
suspend avec bagay qui dit haïtien pas supporter haïtien. Nous avons exemple devant nous là. Nous avons Association of Realtor group chat. We
it's
have
your
everybody on there.
yeah.
Okay, I have to be honest with you guys. I have everybody in there. If I need someone to a shoe shiner, it's in there.
Oh,
Okay?
who is this? I
No,
need one.
I said. Okay, so just to tell you that because we try to make sure that our community get to know what we do as Haitian professionals. We're
Yeah.
not the type of Haitian that we in it for the long run. We got each other back.
Yeah.
Okay, we
And
support.
we got your back too.
Correct.
Bon,
And
mbat mèm prepare pou nou
You
te
got the
pale.
right now? Oh,
Nou,
okay.
but
But
you
on this note,
you gotta tell the people. You gotta tell the
Kenny,
people when you call me. You call me when? When did you call me,
we,
Tracy?
ça fait, when was that?
It's not even
listen,
24 hours yet.
No, it's not. It's
yeah.
not.
And
But
when
ça di important, très
yep,
important, because fok nou, di yam nou fon interview pou asosyasyon
I saw it. Island
professionnel.
TV.
Yeah, on Island TV, et nou pale de sa, nou di ke kontra yo. Gen moun ki vin kote, moun ki get achete kay deja, ki bezon vend kay yo. Tracy lem te sinye kontra, pat konen yo
Pat
pale
konen,
kontra
yeah.
yo pa kompren sa ap sinye. Donc, li
Yeah.
vremen important pou travay avek kon moun ki ka tradu pou, ki ka interprete,
Yeah.
et kontra yo ki ka...
On this note, Tracy, I want to add, même là que nous a parlé, je connais un pile haïtien qui professionnel qui fait bagay yo bien. M'a parlé avec Wilter, avec n'importe monde qui haïtien qui a bay un service. Do your best, you know. L'on pas servir moun bien, il affecte nous tout.
Correct.
Ou observer un monde fait travail, fait genre ou doit faire là. Pas dire ou observer haïtien ou bal n'importe ça ou voler. Comprendre? Communauté nous a besoin ça. Yo besoin monde qui éduqué, yo besoin monde qui patient, yo besoin monde qui pour guider yo. Les ou bay mauvais service à yon customer. Guess what? Quand ya customer ça pense tout c'est nous tout qui pas bon. Ça c'est yon and then ou retirer service dans under communauté envoyer l'autre côté. Quand ya monde ça pas fait utiliser. Haïtien encore là l'utiliser en l'autre monde. Moi quoi positif que nous gen moun nan mi tan nous qui ka bay service même avec n'importe tout l'autre monde. So là où gen surtout comme c'est nous toutes ces realtor qui là n'a parlé. Real estate agent, do your best. That's a job. Be professional.
Map juste
Hein? Pas dire en créole?
map juste ajouter que nous pas bien problème ça encore parce que kounya nous gen HR pa.
Oh yeah.
Groupe professionnel m'ka di sa 1000%, nous gon paquet moun nan groupe nou an. Moi faire business ensemble avec eux que nous travaillons avec eux et nous connaît que association n'a poté et n'a bay ressources que moun yo besoin pour ka faire business gens pour faire. Donc I just wanted to add that, but we can
Amen.
Avant que je pour me dire merci, honestly.
You don't have to. That's my job. That's
because
my
I called you at the last minute. Parce que moi lundi, je me dis ouais, nous pas gen pour live jeudi et moi and you accepted to do the live. So thank you so much. Thank
Not a
you
problem.
for your willingness. On l'autre bagay, on dernier bagay. Parce que je connais que moi moun k'ap gade live là, pas dire non moun sa te dit que li vle commencer en home inspection company, moun ap kon kes lié. So, sou ka juste bay moun yo on ti idée, si ou même ou son on moun qui fait venir payer, on va penser comme si qui genre de business ou ka commencer, qui genre pour moun entrer dans business home inspection.
Avant même dit ça. Vous voulez me parler créole ou bien anglais?
On va parler créole, on va parler.
Oui, avant même moi dit ça, bah me dit un bagage qui est extrêmement important pour me piggyback off ça nous t'a dit. Please, j'aime te dire encore, moi beg nous. Moi même moi ka dit ça, moi ka testifier de ça. Nous avons assez de monde dans la communauté nous pour nous avoir une communauté qui est forte. Nous seulement besoin de respecter l'autre et puis plus tolérant. Les Haïtiens viennent pour service dans men nous tout, ils ont besoin de nous un minimum respect tout temps pris. Nous demandons ça parce que si vous traitez avec respect, moi même tout comme mon cap bon service m'a traité avec respect tout. Pas venir pour venir dire ou qu'on ça m'a fait. Si vous connaissez nous t'a fait.
Ah, Vini.
Simple que ça. OK? Je connais nous t'a fait. Même tout bon anecdote. Moi même m'a passé parce que moi madame me ti love là tout. Madame moi c'est dentiste, OK? Si me n'importe problème madame me dit madame chérie m'a comprendre ça bouche moi non. Même s'il dit racher tout dame m'a racher parce que she knows.
Expert.
Pas rien pour me dire, c'est fini. Now, nous finissons avec blague là, bonjour. Quel soit moun qui veut haïtien qui veut m'a besoin connaître l'autre nation tout, it's okay. Si vous voulez to become a home inspector, il pas difficile. OK, pas gagne dans la vie qui est difficile si vous voulez faire. But il demande en discipline. OK, discipline qui s'allier ou pas besoin de background in construction. You don't have to. Seulement besoin qu'on est ou pas l'école pour lui, faut qu'on prenne classe là. Après fin prendre classe là ou bien pour prendre un state test pour lui. Mamba ou qui différents tests qui gagne. Il y a un qui est le FABI, FABI, il y a un qui est le HNIE qui sont nationales. Ça veut dire si même moi prends HNIE, ils sont tests nationaux. Ça veut dire même si je quitte Florida mal dans l'autre state, depuis me finir avec résultat ça me te prendre HNIE, je peux pas faire passer l'autre test pour lui. Because I take national test. OK? Mais je pas dit on est obligé de prendre ça parce qu'on a 4 ou 4 FABI, HNIE, pour Internachi avec un lot qui vient pour avec engineering. OK, ça qui vient pour avec engineering je pas conseiller au monde prendre deux raisons. Première raison, depuis son test qui open book ou déjà comme ça cap engineer. OK, it's open book. It's open book. OK. Une bagage qui est important pour connaître. Avant même qu'on vienne entrepreneur, OK, là toujours voulu faire business, mais si vous pas un esprit business, je ne conseille pas de faire business parce qu'on n'est pas fait pour business. Je vais répéter ça encore. Si vous pas un esprit business, vous faire business, il va pas mener à côté parce que business veut dire discipline. Pas pour discipline.
It doesn't mean fast money?
Non. Parce que à dire de bonne vérité, pas un fast money. Un bon exemple qui simple, qui banal, OK? Mais il y a un customer qui relève pour faire inspection. Et puis il pas il âgé, OK? Il par contre qu'il âgé mais de là parler avec le téléphone me senti son monde qui âgé. Il pas ni utiliser plateforme pour book inspection, c'est dans téléphone il a booker. So l'aime river en face li. OK? Et puis il dit inspection c'est $50 à payer pour lui. OK? So l'aime de qui l'âge li, she's 88 years old.
Oh my God.
Et puis il me dit OK, quand l'argent à payer là, il dit here it is, $50. Je fais inspection pour lui, les batailles haïtiennes, même fait inspection pour lui. But I tell you what, I am blessed parce que je me care pour me faire pour lui, me quitter l'argent pour lui. Parce que l'âge li, si je prends $50 me faire pour lui, I mean, what are you gonna do for me? Nothing, to be honest. Je vais demander tout le monde fait, mais même tout ça le fait pour moi. L'aime fin faire pour lui, il prie pour moi.
Yeah.
And it means more than the $50 she was gonna give me. That's
Do you guys see how God is moving
The
from
more, yeah, the more you give, the more you receive.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I tell you what, il est toujours bon, tout ça vous voulez faire, et vous mettez tête sur l'épaule ou vous voulez faire, ou faire.
Good heart.
Quand le bagage qui est important, pas quitter personne d'où pas capable. OK? Personne bagage d'où pas capable. C'est où pour connaître si vous capable ou pas. Mais si on veut faire quelque chose j'aime là, il veut faire, moi-même I'm open. Moi quoi non green bagage. Tout temps il plus monde qui ka faire, ou pas retirer manger dans bouche. Au contraire, ou pas déranger du tout. Parce qu'à the end of the day, pas gain assez inspecteur pour Florida.
Voilà.
OK? Et si
Nous
vous avez
besoin black inspector, nous besoin Asian inspector. We need.
correct, je vais le dire comme ça, I'll let you guys say.
It is what it is, because I'm sorry.
Maintenant, si je fais ça, est-ce que je suis capable?
Oui, Val, go ahead.
Oh, mes amis.
South
Il y a
Florida
beaucoup de-
of Home Inspector. Vous voulez qu'on bagaille? Je ne sais pas si l'autre qui est haïtien. I am the only one.
Wow.
Pas celle lui-même, non? Maintenant, Fabi, Association of Inspector. I am pretty much the third or the second Haitian. Mais ça fait me dire ça parce que ou pas qu'à garder sous nom moun pour dire pas haïtien. You can't do that. But ça, il est vraiment triste. Nous pas gain assez home inspector haïtien. L'autre bagage pour connaître. Pas qu'il y a pile monde qui connaît ça un inspecteur fait tout. Même si nous parlons de tout ça, nous parlons là. Yo pas connaît qui ça nous fait comme travail. Comme bagage nous pas toucher là-dedans. Moi-même j'ai habité dans office dans Cold Spring, OK? Si vous allez pour venir Key West, of course, from charge au mileage. On va quand même faire une inspection pour mon Miami avec un moun bral monter en Boca Raton pour foutre même quoi. You understand?
Exactement.
So, si moun OK, oui, on va faire comme ça. Pour moun qui besoin connaître s'il ka vinn inspecteur. M'a dit sincèrement. Il pas difficile du tout depuis ou sous ça.
Yeah.
Et moi-même là pour m'aider le tout. Qu'est-ce que moun nan? My number is private. I mean, it's not private, it's public. It's a public number. They can call me.
Can you share? Go ahead and share your information with them, please.
Okay. Téléphone me is 954 674 0004. 954 674 0004.
0004.
954 674. Comment?
Yeah, go ahead. 674
0004.
Okay, 4.
Okay, so the guy element, okay, of course, me getting boundaries, parce que il pas rappel. But
disorder.
You're not a 24/7 Wilter? What's going on?
Okay. Yes and no, parce que okay,
by the way, I'm sorry, Kent. I'm joking. Tracy knows I'm joking.
That's fine.
There's no such thing, okay,
Yeah,
guys?
I put moi mettre numéro weekends en bas.
Correct, I see that. No, but ça pour connaître, nous go back à qui fait sens. As a realtor, our job never stops.
I'm not available 24/7. I'm not. Even Walmart, I tell people, even Walmart, they open 24/7, but they don't have the same cashier at the register 24/7. So I need to rest. I need to, give myself so I can be the best of give you the best of me. You know.
Okay, Saudi ali fan pil sens. Nou vle yo kon sa tou.
Yeah, I say.
Pour customer a connaît tout. Même jen li même li gen tan ki pou li ou même tou gen tan ki pou tout.
Yeah. And I know one issue with our industry is the transparency. We're not transparent enough to people. We put in a lot of things out there that's not true, and we expect people to act differently. But a lot of time they acting based on what we're telling them.
I got you. But let me tell you something. That's why we're here to change that.
Yeah,
we're changing that. So we give the people the information that they need to make the better decision they need to make.
To make an informed.
We're not gonna tell them. You see me? I'm a straight shooter. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. Before I go to an inspection, I need to get paid. You pay me before I even set foot.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I drove from Newport St. Lucie. I didn't get paid. No, I didn't get the inspection done. I was a newbie. I didn't know. I had to learn. But I tell you what, before I even set foot, if you request my inspection, you got to pay me first.
Yeah.
You don't have to talk to me. You can just go to my website and then you booked it yourself or you call me.
That's it.
Okay. But all these things, that's what we're here for. Okay. And I'm available for you guys. Whether you need to ask me a question or text me, it don't matter. I'm cool with that. But like I said earlier, going back to what you said, of course, we need to change that culture. We got to give them the information that they need. Remember, I will be the devil's advocate. That's not their problem. It's our problem.
Yeah.
Parce que tenez bien, si on n'a pas de knowledge, ou pas qu'à faire le temps.
Voilà.
S'il vient n'importe gens sur vous, c'est vous pour connaître comment pour accueillir. OK? Parce qu'à the end of the day, si on n'a pas connaît, il dit n'importe quoi. Bon exemple qui clair. Il y a un qui dit comme ça, qui ça vient expliquer, m'a acheté 5 cailles déjà. Et puis il me dit, OK, watch 5 cailles, pas de problème. Have you ever been a realtor in your life? No. So, pas acheter 5 cailles, 5 monde différents ou bien un seul monde, il doit acheter 5 cailles. Ou pas connaître ça nous fait. Ou pas faire rien, ou juste rester là-bas comme ça. On me dit, OK, fine. Pour ça, pas essayer ou même. Mais ça me fait qui plus simple, mais nous, dans le process là, il faut faire tout ça, vous supposez faire. But guess what?
Pou lot jwa, tap gade Pastor Gregory tout se tap pale de sa, Haitien nou gen yon master degree nan sa nou
Not everything. Oh my,
Yes,
everything.
yes, yes.
Se pou sa ke guys, pendant que n'a pris, n'a ben, but this is ça son bagay, c'est raison ça qui fait que moi ma Vania nous commencer faire conversation ça yo. Parce que
Imagine, regardez bien, sorry to cut you off. Imagine même ma parle avant, m'ga fait un petit rentrée tout petit dans real estate, même toujours été back comme un home inspector. That's what I'm here for.
that's right.
Okay? M'bagay pour overstep you for no reason. M'ga dire un bagay, même si vous dites un bagay qui pas aller, m'pa pral dou li pas aller. Il y a trois façons pour me faire. Vous comprenez? M'ga corriger sans pas même besoin de tout ça. Mais juste faire ça qui est bon. Mais qui ça pour nous connaître tout. Nous avons plus de bagages sur l'épaule nous pour nous aider l'autre monde qui pas connaît. Parce que si on pas connaît, c'est pas faute, c'est faute nous. C'est même avec l'église je nous fait. Nous teach moun yo mal. On prend Jésus on l'autre bagage. Vous comprenez ça là? C'est pas dans bouche pour dire quoi dans bon Dieu, c'est dans action.
Come on, okay?
Amen, my brother.
Right.
On this note, we had so many people here tonight, guys. Thank
So
you.
many of you guys are tuning in. Thank you so much.
Nisha, thanks for joining us tonight. Oh my God, we have so many people. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Is it Luke? Kenny, you brought a lot of people for us tonight. Maybe are you coming back next week?
That's fine. Anytime. I mean, that's okay. I can't be the usual guest.
The next time we bring you back, we're gonna be in our studio. We're gonna
Not a
have
problem.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think I was live on my page, but that's fine though. I can reshare your page or whatever. It's fine.
No, so the video is going to be downloaded. My boy Baou ka poste, et nous allons mettre sur YouTube too. So
no problem. That's not a problem at all. I give you full permission. You can do whatever you want with it.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Okay.
It's for the community. It's not for me anymore. I'm done. I do my part.
Listen, we're trying to do something for everybody. So we'll circle back with you for another one. Moi parce que conversation sous et comme si aider moun qui voulait entrer dans home inspector, surtout like home appraiser. That's another conversation that I want to have with you.
We need to have, yeah.
We have so many moun. Go back at moun qui vini, qui n'a pays, qui so, qui sont Haïti, whatever. They're trying to figure themselves out, and I know that there's a need for this. So how can we help them?
Okay, on se va make a do. Moi-même, I will volunteer my time and my money to help them if I can.
That's amazing. That's amazing. We'll just have to make that ensemble pour nous qui j'en connais.
At the end of the day, là yo même yo bon c'est nous bon tout.
Of course. Bagalan c'est comme si comment pour nous for us through Etrapa, how do we build wealthy Haitian families?
Correct.
Wealthy Haitian communities.
Ça nous pas rendre nous compte, n'a jeté toute l'argent nous gagne by notre community.
Yeah.
We're not helping ourselves.
Yeah.
Parce que nous pas gagner moun yo, si nous pas gagner ressources yo, comment moun yo faire vivre nous?
Voilà.
Mais si pas connaît tout parce que m'a clair avant, m'a parlé avec un monde, il dit comme ça, ouais, m'a pas connaît ce haïtien. Même dit c'est non, mais dit ça, il dit le week-end, c'est naturel, c'est pas grand qu'une façon pas haïtien.
Et quand on a dit ça, m'a tout dit mon yo hometown heroes is coming back. M'a yo pas connaît de hometown heroes.
Yes.
Because it's coming back.
Yes, it is. Yeah. We're talking about this next week.
Yeah.
So go invite your friends, invite your family members to come here. Join us on Tuesday. Next Tuesday, we're gonna talk about hometown heroes.
C'est programme k'ap ban nou kop pou nou achete kay.
Pou nou achete kay. It's happen. And then même genre tout moun apprend avantage là. Change your mindset, people. Changer l'esprit, nous changer tout, you know.
C'est ça fait là.
Ou acheter kay tout ici même genre.
C'est ça on a essayé faire là pour comprendre. Nous pas là pour nous badmouth them. Nous là pour nous aider yo. Parce que ouais ça nous fait là, nous fait un bagage, nous plus aider yo, nous pas information.
Exact.
Parce que si vous n'avez pas d'information, vous n'avez pas de cadre. Vous comprenez? Et les gens qui pas correct, on nous pas real. On essaie de dans bonne direction.
When information, grand pile information de yo, ouais ça n'a fait. Tracy so dia si ça fait nous commencer live. But at the same time, I think I was telling somebody this morning, l'information là c'est pour ouvrir, you know, be open to it. M'gen moun ki vini nous expliquer tout bagay, but ça ou te déjà connaît. Ça ou te, you know, bagay. But be open to learn. C'est comme ça que nous grandit ensemble, you know. So ça me connaît, m'pas expert dans everything, Tracy is not an expert in everything. Nous chaque yon bagay nous connaît. Tout le monde pas yon parti que tout le monde ignorant là-dedans. So chercher informer, chercher éduquer tête nous, chercher même gens que tout l'autre monde ici apprend avantage de tout l'autre bagay ou même tout rester dans pays ya ou prend avantage de l'état. On nous ouvre, on nous servir dans la communauté nous non seulement la bon pour nous-mêmes communauté haïtienne qui ici, la bon pour pays nous tout. La bon pour l'autre monde nous quitter derrière parce que les nous grandit, les nous commencer à build un bagay ici là. Nous gain wealth, guess what? La pour tourner la caille nous tout.
Oui,
OK?
correct. Mais bon, je dis tout, quand ça dit, ou extrêmement correct là-dedans, mais bon, je dis un bagay. Mais il y a un personnage qui te dit mon bagay en l'air qui lui prend mon petit temps pour me bien comprendre ça, te dit. Où est-ce que nous fait la soirée? Je ne pense pas qu'on meilleure formule que ça. Nous pas pousser mon yo. Nous pas yo information, ça nous pas comme si nous pas bourrer avec information. Ou après même pas aller dans trop détail de bagay m'a dit. C'est pas que pas détail, mais nous pas capable mon thème technique pour nous voulez pour le comprendre. Est-ce que vous comprenez? Mais changer bien pour nous-mêmes, l'homme en général, nous pas accustomed to change. Depuis bagay la changement là dedans li dérangeant, nous pas voulons changer. Vous comprenez ça? Ça veut dire comme si les n'a balil, nous juste balil comme ça expliquer ça. Nous balil basic yo, OK, pour yo comprendre. Bon exemple qui plus simple. Mais quand des gens qui dit oh, un tel pas atterri. Je comprends ça veut dire, mais quelque part il y a raison. Parce qu'il y a des termes où utiliser qui pas appropriés pour nous comprendre. Bon exemple. On a dit first time Homebuyers. Tout le monde entend first time Homebuyers. Vous comprenez? Mais là me dit OK, first time Homebuyers pas veut dire c'est parce qu'on va acheter la première fois. Parce que quand nous comprendre ça. Quand nous comprendre ça. First time Homebuyers veut dire son monde qui va acheter caille ou tu as acheté caille 10 ans c'est là et puis après acheter encore you first time Homebuyers. Yo pas comme ça. Yo pense comme c'est première fois, premier. Non. Non. Après un nombre de temps où son first time Homebuyers ou still qualifié pour lui. They don't know that.
Yeah.
Yes, they don't know that. OK, ça c'est nous-mêmes qui pouvons venir pour nous dire non. Mais comment le fait, mais qui ça lié? Comment bien? Yo pas jamais venir directement sur nous non? Y a réticent à nous. Mais guess what? Le more nous dit yo, on met quoi? Même des petites mètres qui ont 8 ans qui parler avec Gansel. On a dit pas fait le bagage pas fait. Et puis il occupé. Et puis Gansel a fait même bagage dit Gansel, on ça papi qu'on dit papi dit pas fait ça.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. So, yeah, and then we say, oh, like, the same thing happened with.
Ça me pas fait là, ça me pas fait. Nous pourrons faire un bagage qui plus simple, on utiliser reverse psychology with them.
Exactement.
Yo, sous craser ça n'a calo, mais pas craser parce que sous craser m'a pris acheter encore. You see that?
Oh my God, it's so good tonight, Bart.
So much.
It's almost 9 o'clock.
I know, li presque fait 9h. Merci un pile. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Weekends, I'm sure we're gonna have you again, but I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Have a great night. Thank you, everybody.
You guys do the same. Bye.
Bye.
It was a pleasure.
And